Hooey! I'm excited. Bitcoin's breaking out, guys. Here we are. Welcome to the stream. This is Black Box Trading. I'm your host, JT. And for those who don't know, we keep tabs on the cryptocurrency market, both fundamentally and technically. This is the live stream. This is going to be a very technical show. But yeah, let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's not hesitate any longer. Let's just get right into the stream here and take a look. Bitcoin is fucking ripping. So we broke out of this accumulation range. Now, this is a bearish structure. This is what Bitcoin does sometimes. It is a very common thing where Bitcoin kind of fakes people out. You know, when you have a bear flag, this is a flag formation and it's at an uptrend, that is technically a bear flag. We also had this bear flag showing with bearish divergence as well. So it's kind of a bearish structure. And when Bitcoin breaks a bearish structure bullish, it goes pretty aggressively. Let me just bring that down just a little bit. And yeah, you know, we've been strong for basically since I think we got in at 28K. Those in the private group, those who were set up with the Black Box bot that initiated back at 28,600, I believe. I'll pull it up. 28,600. By the way, this stream is brought to you by us at Black Box. World's first perpetual trading bot. It is always in a trade and it is always making moves. So if you want to sign up, go to the links below somewhere. Definitely on YouTube. I gotta check if they're on Twitch. Haven't been maintaining the Twitch channel as much as I've been maintaining the YouTube channel. But yeah, email, password, hop into the Discord and we'll get you up and running on the Bitcoin trading bot. It is free to use. So yeah, Bitcoin is looking super strong, super strong. Let's go down to the hourly. You know, we could have a little bit of a pullback, but honestly, when Bitcoin's in this kind of mode, a lot of people say, oh, I'll wait for a pullback and I'll jump in. I'll wait for a pullback and I'll jump in. Bitcoin has a habit of when it goes, it goes. And if you haven't caught on to that habit yet, just entertain that as a possibility. When Bitcoin gets a breakout, it often doesn't retest. And if it does retest, it might not retest to the levels that you're looking for. So, you know, we could get a retest somewhere down in this level right here, right before we kind of accelerated, right around 36, 39. So get a retest down to 37. But we're probably going to make a break for 38 here. Probably break out 38. Did we touch it? We got a high. 37.9, so it hasn't quite hit the 38 level just yet. Let's go on to some higher time frames. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful daily close. We are getting a trim signal on alphanumerics, so if you are inclined to trim some of the position, go right ahead. I don't typically trim, but hey, you know, the trim signal's there. You can listen to it if you want to. A stronger trim signal is when you get them on the 3-day. We don't have that yet on the 3-day, but or no, we got it inside of the consolidation on the 3-day. So there you have it. For me, structurally speaking, let's actually turn alphanumerics off for a moment and just look at pure price action. We don't have a lot in our way. I guess you could say that we do have a support/resistance flip right here where we currently are. Right about there. You can see that this was kind of a support over here. It was a support over here. It's not, it's like this whole zone. Let's actually use a box. Let's use a box here. Long everything season. Guess max pain is no pullback. You know who is really good at max pain, Chris? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very good at max pain. I'm pretty sure that every move that Bitcoin makes is max pain. So we are up against this 38K resistance right now. Honestly, once we get past that, we'll see you at 45. There's really not much structure holding us back beyond 35. You can see that every rally and every reaction within that gap was a move. So you're looking for continuation all the way up to 45 and potentially even getting as high as $48,000. So another $10,000 move up from here. Somebody's texting me. Just want to see what that's all about. So yeah, no, it's looking really, really good. Now, does this mean altcoin season is here? Is it altcoin season yet? That seems to be what everybody thinks about when Bitcoin starts moving. Where we are in the cycle currently is phase one of the bull market. Okay, it's the transition out of the bear and it's heading into the bull. You get a bull market, you get these kind of bull market conditions, and we will experience a consolidation. So let me kind of temper the enthusiasm a little bit and show you what that could potentially look like if we get up to this kind of 48K level. You know, we could get a rejection back there and then kind of trade in this zone between $38,000 and $48,000 for many months. And that would be a good thing. That's what you want to see. You got to build a base. Every time we overtake a level, you want to build a base at the overtaken resistance points. So we need to build that support structure. But this is going to get the whole market excited. This move up here, if we do in fact end up at kind of that 48K level, that's going to get the market very excited. You're going to start to get the media attention. You're going to start to get developer attention. You're going to get retail attention. A lot of attention will come to the market. Then we'll trade sideways, build our base, probably into the halving, and then take off after the halving is complete and the supply shock takes effect. Okay, let's catch up with chat here. Feel free to spam your tickers, guys. Alan, morning, pal. Dude, check out Sol as well. Just ripping. Let's take a look at Solana. But before that, just briefly going to Bitcoin dominance. Is it altcoin season? Simple answer, no. It is not altcoin season just yet. As long as this is in an uptrend, alts are playing catch up with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's making a move and it's dragging the altcoins up with it, okay? Alt season is when altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin and they are surpassing the percentage points of Bitcoin. If you're trading short term, like if you're just, scalping, then yeah, you want to be in the altcoins. But if you're positioning your portfolio for long-term trades, macro trades, swing trades, then it's not altcoin season yet. I've been saying this for months. The only altcoins that I have seen that have outperformed Bitcoin have been coming from the ordinal space, but that's an entirely different topic altogether because those are super illiquid and not available basically anywhere. But yeah, as long as this chart continues to the upside, it is not altcoin season yet. So your altcoin isn't outperforming Bitcoin. It is just catching up to Bitcoin. Altcoin season's when it outperforms. So we can take a look at ETH BTC. This is another kind of distributional chart that we're looking at here. So Ethereum, again, it's consolidating. It's at kind of a nice little level. And if we go to the weekly chart for ETH BTC, credit where credit is due. We've turned on alphanumerics. We do have a weekly green diamond here on this chart. So this could be a good position for a rotation. Now, the rotation, if we rally up to 48K, you're going to have a really good time. But just keep in mind that there's going to be a consolidation period after that. So I don't want people to FOMO in. If you've been sidelined for this long, I think entering at these levels is going to be very risky for you because you're not employing good risk management at that point. You need to have a plan. Your plan didn't go to plan. So it's not an excuse to be like, fuck, I was wrong. I'm going to jump in now because that's what everybody who buys the top is going to do. Don't be a top buyer. Be someone who's buying a base or an accumulation or some sort of tradable event that makes sense. Buying green candles is not a good time to buy. We've been accumulating for a long time. We were buyers at 18. We were buyers at 16. We were buyers at 18 again. We were buyers at 20. We've been accumulating through this bear for a very long time. And now we're reaping the rewards. So if you want to buy, we'll sell it to you. But yeah, I don't think new positions are a good idea right now unless you're looking to just scalp here and there, which is not what I usually do. But anyways, Credit where credit's due. We got a green diamond here on Ethereum BTC. Now let's transition into the total market cap. I will get to Solana. I'm not forgetting about Solana. I will get to it, but I just want to cover some of the macro charts first. Then we'll get into some of these other tickers. But catching up with the chat here, where do you think we are in this cycle? Feels too early for the bull run to be in full swing. Phase one of the bull market. Phase one of the bull market is the wake up. Everybody gets a wake up call. Holy shit, charts move again. What the fuck is this? I don't even know how to trade this. This is weird. Why are things moving? That doesn't make sense. That's not what crypto does. Crypto's dead. So it's the wake up call into a consolidation. Then we transition into phase two of the bull market, which is the up only condition that we get for, months to maybe a year. Zamir Burger, exciting times ahead. Hell yes. Chris S, long everything season. Yeah. Playing LDO today since ETH running. Okay. That's Lido. That's the staking protocol. Gibson's, what would you say to a buddy who wants to enter this bull run? BTC only with 100K and has no exposure to Bitcoin right now. That's a really good question, Gibson's. What I would say to him is take a percentage of his FOMO money and deploy it now. That way he feels like he has skin in the game. Okay. Then he can take another section and he can DCA. Okay. So he can DCA. We're kind of leaving the DCA structure, in my opinion. Let's kind of show you what I mean by that. Let's transition over to the log chart and pull up the DCA indicator. I think we're leaving DCA territory right now. Dollar cost average strategy. No, this is the one we want. So, okay, we're not leaving it just yet. We're still in the accumulation band. Okay, so everything inside of this green band is appropriate for dollar cost averaging. So take a percentage, get skin in the game. Take another percentage, get a DCA schedule established. Then take that final percentage and use that to deploy either on a large dip exceeding 30% or on a base that has been accumulating and trading sideways for several months. Those are the two categories that I would say for deploying that third batch. So you could split it into thirds. You could split it 50, 25, 25. It's entirely up to the individual. Don't forget to rub it in his face a little bit. Okay, so let's get back into total. A little bit of toxicity is good, everybody. Toxicity is good. Total, we got the initial sign of a breakout right here. We're kind of at our sign of strength. So for the Wyckoff crowd out there, this is going to be our sign of strength. Let's get our SOS there. Boom. Crank that up. This is our sign of strength move. So what happens after a sign of strength move is a backup phase, right? So the backup phase, we get our sign of strength. Maybe we go up to here, and then we have a backup phase where we consolidate for several months before continuation of the bull market up to higher levels, break of the all-time high and continuation. Okay. How do you like that drawing? I should have been an artist. So yeah, we're seeing that sign of strength. Strength is coming back into the market. We are seeing the ability for these assets to continue to higher prices. They are showing relative strength when compared to other assets. Okay. Let's take a look at total 2. So that was total. Total 2. What total is the total cryptocurrency market cap. All coins, including Bitcoin. Total 2 is the total cryptocurrency market cap excluding Bitcoin. So it's Ethereum down. And with this one, we were also looking at it as a Wyckoff accumulation. This one has not yet showed a sign of strength. We have jumped across the creek. That's a fantastic entry for those who are in it for the long time, the long haul, but we're up at the upper end of the range. This is the resistance area, and we haven't broken past. Basically, we need to get past the $682 billion market cap level to consider it a sign of strength. We need a new high. And until we get a new high, it's not a sign of strength. So just kind of following this map of a Wyckoff accumulation, we need to get past that high. So it's another sign that we're not in altcoin season yet. I know it feels like it because you're seeing huge moves in the altcoins, but these huge moves are playing catch up, right? A lot of altcoins are down 90%. A lot of altcoins are down 95%, 99%, right? Bitcoin only retraced 77%. So that gap, they're just catching up to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's leading and they're catching up. So it's not quite altcoin season yet, in my opinion, and my portfolio reflects that. I haven't allocated saying that it's an altcoin season just yet. And then furthermore, we've got total 3, which is the entire cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin and excluding Ethereum. So this is kind of your shitcoin chart. And again, similar spot, it's lagging that still. So Bitcoin's the leader, followed by Ethereum, followed by everything else from a structural point of view. Okay. All right. Now we can take a look at Solana. And I'm going to take a look at Solana on the Bitcoin pair. Why? Because Bitcoin is in an uptrend. Bitcoin is making higher highs. Bitcoin is mooning right now. So we know that fiat is covered. If Bitcoin's at a higher price, we know that if we look at the Bitcoin pair, it's a fiat comparison. So when we look at the Bitcoin pair, Solana's looking great. Solana's looking great. Let's actually go over to the area chart, get some support/resistance flips here. It looks like we're about to get a flip. Follow if you're not following, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and like so that other people can find this. I've tried to go legit with the Google algorithm, but the Google algorithm spanks my pee-pee every time I try to talk about crypto. So I do need you guys to share. I do need you guys to like if you want this message to get out to other people so that they reach into their pockets and pump your bags. You got to share this stuff. So yeah, Solana is getting ready for a breakout. Solana is getting ready for a breakout here. And this is on the Bitcoin pair, right? Okay. If we take a look at the dollar pair, it's already above that level. It's already above that support and resistance. But, you know, just to kind of drill the point home, we broke out here, and this 70% move was just getting to Bitcoin. That's it. It was just getting to the point that Bitcoin was already at. This is a hard concept for people to understand, but it's very difficult to come off of a 99% retracement versus a 77% retracement. How far did Solana fall, actually? 97% retracement. It's very difficult. It doesn't mean that it has to go up 20%. It means that it has to go up 200%. So it's a huge move that Solana has to do just to play catch up. Okay, so that's Solana. Let's catch up with chat. Spam your tickers, guys. Spam your tickers. LDO. Let's take a look at LDO. LDO. Nice reaccumulation structure here. Getting ready to pop, but hasn't popped yet. Nice little daily candle here of 13%. This is the line in the sand right here. We're basically at it right here. This is the line in the sand. If we're below this, we're bearish. If we're above this, we're bullish, and we could potentially break out. Breakout confirms, and you'll go into FOMO mode with anything above 2.74 billion. This is a market cap price here for Lido. So that would be where shit goes crazy. If you guys are interested in the Bitcoin trading bot, Black Box, you don't have to go through it all right now, but just feel free to scan the QR code. That'll get you over to the homepage. Sign up with an email, sign up with a password, and that'll be step one, and we can guide you through the rest. There's also a link to the Discord. Feel free to hop into the Discord. We are sharing a lot of ordinal alpha. Now that is on the private side, okay? Just a quick little promo. Sorry, bear with me. Just a quick little promo. But I'm very excited about what's happening, and I'm very excited about ordinals. I've been talking about ordinals for fucking months. I got a lot of people into ordinals before there was prices. I got people bitmaps before bitmaps had a price. I got people into sats when they were like 90% cheaper than where they are right now. So I'm very excited for ordinals. If you're not up to date with what is going on in the ordinals market, get up to date. Ask questions. Where do you ask questions? In the Discord, okay? The bot is free to use. It's free to set up. And when you set it up, you are granted access to the trading side of the Discord, okay? All right, so that's enough of that little promo there. Okay, if you're looking at altcoins, could you take a look at INJ and Render? Yeah, Injective Protocol and Render. INJ. I expect those to not be, I expect them to be laggards, but I don't know. Let's check it out. INJ certainly is not a laggard. INJ is going for it. Damn. This one is an outperformer for sure. INJ BTC. Always look at the BTC. Yeah, no, INJ is killing it. INJ is killing it. Do I recommend that you enter right now? I want to see a consolidation. Anytime I'm looking for an entry into something, I need a consolidation, even if that means I'm buying at a higher price. Okay, in a perfect world, it starts consolidating here. If it starts consolidating, I can enter. In a better case scenario, it starts consolidating down here. If it starts consolidating down there, I can enter. And even still, if it goes up and starts consolidating, I can enter. But I do not enter. When it's just this. You are exposing yourself so much to the market. You are going to lose so much capital if you make this a habit of yours. If you jump in now, even if you're right, this is a very bad habit. It's a very bad habit to have. So please don't do that. Please you need consolidation. Look at this consolidation. Beautiful. Where was your entry on this consolidation? Your entry on this consolidation was here, right? Consolidate, allow structure to build, draw a trend line. When that trend line breaks, that's your signal. Or if you, see a consolidation structure, every time it comes to the support, you buy, you DCA, you build your position. Every time it comes to the support, you deploy 10% of your anticipated position. 10% here, 10% here, 10% here, 10% here. And then the rest deploys at the break of the top trend line. All right. And then Render. Render. Ooh, look at that cup and handle. Cup of coffee, anybody? Where are you guys from? Where is everybody tuning in from? Let me know. Spam your country. Spam your country ticker in the chat. I am joining you from beautiful, sunny Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. So that's a cup and handle. You got a cup of coffee right there. When we break above this, it's not going to hold back. It's going to go really, really quickly. Okay, so watch out for Render. It's a fucking scam, guys. Like it's so stupid what it does. But hey, some scams pump hard. That's just the nature of crypto sometimes. It's a pretty stupid project. I'm not here to debate with you, okay? If you think I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't give a fuck. It's my show. If I call it a scam, I'm just going to call it a scam. It's my opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm right. It's just, it's a heavily marketed kind of bullshit thing. But I digress. We got a beautiful structure. The market disagrees with me. And the market, from a technical point of view, wants this shit to rip. So if you get a break of that cup and handle, you're looking pretty good here on Render. Let's take a look at it on the Bitcoin pair. Lagging in structure on the Bitcoin pair. Fiat's ready to pop. Bitcoin's not ready to pop. But it is still an uptrend. So we kind of have a channel formation here. Somewhat. You know what this is actually? This is a widening wedge, which is a bullish formation. Oops. Get me back. Render BTC. Get me back. Bring me back. Yeah, something like that. Kind of popularized by Jesse Livermore, the widening megaphone pattern. A word of warning. A word of warning. This is one of the most difficult patterns to trade well. It is the most difficult pattern to trade well. If you are planning on buying futures contracts on render, I highly, highly advise against that. Highly advise against that. This is extremely hard to because the moves are getting bigger. The rallies are getting bigger and the reactions are getting bigger. It is so hard to hold on to something that's showing this widening megaphone pattern, but the payoff is great. So let's say we come back down here and we rally to the top and break out. When they break out of a widening megaphone pattern, they go hard. They go very hard, okay? But if you think that you can trade render with fucking futures contracts and you have not been trading for more than 10 years, good fucking luck. And anybody who has been trading 10 years would know not to do that. So just word of caution on render. These are wild, wild charts to try and trade. Okay. Will you add this coin for Coinbase since they do futures now in the US? No, we will not. No, we will not. We will not touch any American exchange. I'm sorry, but we're just not. Sorry. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. We will look at other options for non-KYC. We're also looking at Apex, which is a decentralized exchange. It's Bybit's futures exchange. It's a DEX. It's kind of like a pseudo DEX. It's a DEX by name, but yeah, we are looking at Apex. So there are going to be non-KYC options where you can log in with a wallet. But are we going to onboard Kraken? Are we going to onboard Coinbase? Are we going to onboard Gemini? The answer is no. It's just not. We're not going to deal with the regulatory bullshit. Do you have any thoughts on Naka? I'm not a stock guy. Don't care about stocks. Oh, Naka is not a stock. Okay, let's take a look. Nakamoto. I thought that was a mining company for some reason. Yeah, I mean, it's parabolic. It's parabolic. It needs to build a base if you're looking at a position. If you're already in, if you were accumulating it, congratulations, really good play. That's a beautiful parabolic structure. Don't buy it now. It needs to go into some sort of accumulation phase. And yeah, so you might even end up with a cup and handle on this one. So let's say it goes into an accumulation, comes back down. That'll be your area to kind of, build a position. Then you've got this cup and handle structure where it breaks out in moons. Okay, Norway, welcome in. Sindri, Ryland, Malaysia, Zamir Berger, Malaysia. I love Malaysia. When I am tired of Asia culture shock and not being able to speak the language, I love being able to get a short, cheap flight over to Malaysia so that I can get a break and speak English. I love that you guys speak English. It's hard. It's hard trying to communicate with people in Thailand. It's hard trying to communicate with people in Bali. Bali's pretty good. A lot of people speak English in Bali. And I know I should be learning the language, but it's a lot of mental fatigue that you go through. So when I get tired and I'm traveling and I'm in Asia, I love going to Malaysia so that I can get some reprieve. They're all scams / Ponzi's. Couldn't agree more. The only one that ain't is Bitcoin. Could you look at PYR and TVK? Both have link structures over 500 of accumulation range. All right, let's take a look. PYR. What is PYR? Actually, what is PYR? Vulcan Forged. Vulcan Forged. Embrace the chaos. Ah, okay, it's a game. It's a game. Yeah, no, that's a nice accumulation, actually. That's a beautiful accumulation. So you just got a sign of strength. You just got a sign of strength on your accumulation. Damn near textbook, actually. So wait for a retest. Wait for the backup phase. This is your sign of strength. Nice volume. Wait for the backup phase. Wait for this bad boy. Holding the structure, and then the best confirmation is a break of the high. So we have a high right here at 639. If it goes into accumulation, it can go higher. It can go higher and then start to do its accumulation. But at some point, it will need to slow down and consolidate. The market needs to digest the new prices. And then when it does that, that'll be a good time to be looking at that one. But no new positions, no new positions. And then TVK, is that another gaming token? I'm going to assume. TVK needs a little work. Needs a little work. It's not as nice as PYR. Not as nice. Something like that. It's got some catch up to do. It's weaker. Comparatively, it's weaker. So, I don't know what that means. Let's see what TVK is. Is that another? The virtual collect. Virtua.com. Welcome to the gaming metaverse. Metaverse is going to be interesting. Particularly with bitmaps, in my opinion, because bitmaps is revolutionary in the sense that the land is not arbitrary. And, you hear that term from the guys over at, what's that channel's name? Oh, God. What's that channel's name? The really popular bitmap guys, the two guys, MetaZone. And they make a very good point. Anybody can spin up a metaverse. How the fuck does that have land? Like, how does that land have value if you don't put a supply cap on it? Anybody can do it. They're just like, 100 million plots, or 500,000 plots. Like, they just pull it out of thin air. It means nothing. Bitmap is special because you only get a new plot of land every 10 minutes. Every time a new block is formed, you get a new plot of land. So it's like a scheduled release of the metaverse. And to build on that is going to be huge. I am very bullish on the metaverse. I am not bullish on metaverse projects from a fundamentals point of view. From a technicals point of view, could be different, but this chart's certainly not impressing me. A ton of volume with not a lot of result. Okay, QNT. Quant. This is a risky one. I don't like it. Are we on log? No, we're not. I don't like it when assets come down and then come up and do their accumulation on a shelf. I much prefer it when they do their accumulation structure at a low. If this can't start to rally and really prove to the market that it's able to take off, it could easily fall back into the lower end of the structure. Now, you do have a breakout, you have a retest, and it wants to break past the high. But this is not a structure that me personally I would be interested in. I think there's a lot of risk with this structure being up on this shelf because you can just, you can find yourself breaking down below. And if you lose this support level, there's nothing holding you up until you're back down here at 40, which is quite a haircut. A lot would have to happen for that to take place. But I don't like that structure that I'm seeing here on Quant. It could be that the market just made a huge mistake and put in an irrational low, and its true market bottoms here at around $89. But that's a support level that could be lost. So unless it starts changing the trend and rallying past some of these highs, so we have a high here that we need to take out. We have a high here that we need to take out. And we have obviously one way up here. Until we can reclaim some of these levels, it's still in a downtrend, in my opinion. And if it's in a downtrend on a precarious support, I would be apprehensive and I would be cautious of that one. So a lot of people are very bullish on quant because of their claimed fundamentals, but I am less convinced. Atom, another layer one. In a bull market, any layer one will provide a profit. Just blanket statement. This is a better structure. You see what I mean? See how we're testing the lows multiple times? We're not up on a shelf waiting to fall off. This is a much better structure. It's also a hell of a range, though, so it's hard to... It's in a good buy because you're below the halfway point of this. Now, is it showing an ability to outperform the market? No. So from a Wyckoff point of view, part of what everybody thinks Wyckoff is just draw a trading range and then try and figure out where phase A, B, C, and D are. No. Wyckoff is not a technical method. It is a theory of how to choose market winners. And one of the biggest things that people miss is comparative analysis. So you have to choose the market winners. So look at the cryptocurrency market. Then you look at the different sectors. You got metaverse, you got DeFi, you got gaming tokens, you got privacy tokens, like all these different sectors. Then when you're choosing sectors, you need to compare the different sectors. Which sector is moving? Which sector is moving with Bitcoin? Which one is outperforming Bitcoin? And then within that sector, which asset in that sector is doing most of the performance? Comparative analysis is something that you really need to nail down. There are 23,000 fucking tokens out there. Actually, let's take a look. How many tokens are there? There's more than 10,000 coins. What are you talking about? There's like 23,000 coins out there. CoinGecko says there's only 10,000. There's more. There's over 20,000 coins out there. If you don't have a method to narrow down your focus and select the strongest assets within their sector, you're shooting blind. You're hoping that the TA comes to fruition based off of Bitcoin dragging it up. You don't want to be dragged up into the market. You want to outperform the market. So Cosmos, Atom, it's not showing an outperformance, which is weird because I hear about this one all the time. Everybody's fucking creaming their jeans over Cosmos, but it's just not, it's not showing an outperformance of the market. So I would me personally, I would choose something else. I'm not interested in this. Based off of what I'm seeing today, right now in this chart, I'm not interested in this layer one. I would go to Ethereum. I would go to Avalanche. I would go to Matic. I would go to any other layer one protocol that is showing the ability. I would line them all up and I would compare them. Why don't we actually do that? Let's do that as an exercise. So let's get Cardano on here. Cardano. Let's get Ethereum. Let's get Matic. Let's get Avalanche. Okay. And then look at the comparison. Look at the comparison. What's purple? Avalanche, not a good buy. Cardano, also a shitty buy. Next would be Atom. Atom is better than Cardano. It is better than Avalanche. Then we have Matic. Matic is doing well. And then the best one to buy is Ethereum. So out of those 5 assets that I did a comparative analysis on, the best one is going to be Ethereum. But hey, to each their own. Okay. What were the updates to alphanumerics? Never got red diamonds so much before. Does it affect black box trading? Alphanumerics is not... black box is its separate thing. We take the theory from alphanumerics, but it's not tied to alphanumerics. Yeah, I'm not sure. Matt hasn't done a formal announcement on what those updates were. It shouldn't have resulted in you getting more red diamonds. So you might need to just tweak some of the settings for alphanumerics. Matt G coming in from Maryland. Welcome. Blacksmith, do you have an opinion on Tangem wallet? No. Good to know someone out there loves Malaysia. Yes, of course. Both gaming narratives, Link and Mask. Link has been doing really well. I really like the structure of Link. Yeah, this is a beautiful sign of strength after a long accumulation. Just beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, this is a fantastic. So here's our sign of strength. Where are we going to come back down to? So we're at $15. It means we kind of need to retest $9.50 again. From a textbook point of view, it doesn't have to, but we do need some sort of backup phase consolidation before we really start to rip. But Chainlink is a very valuable asset because all of these layer ones that we just talked about, they need price data. They need information from the outside world, specifically the dollar. They need to know how much the dollar is worth. So the easiest way for them to know how much the dollar is worth is to feed in information from the DXY, feed it in from different indexes from the outside world into the blockchain. Every single layer one that has some sort of yield using stable coins needs that information. So Link is very valuable in that regard. Bitcoin doesn't need it because Bitcoin doesn't have stable coins just yet. But who knows? We will likely see stable coins on Bitcoin eventually. I don't want them on there. I love that market is currently denominated in sats. Sats are the stable coin. But yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful structure. Watch Chainlink. Get it back down to below $10, and we're looking at some good buys here. Is it a good buy right now? No, it's not. No, it is not. All right. Cass has been doing well, I believe. Not sure about the fundamentals. Neither am I. Let's take a look. Cass USD. This one's on BitGet. Recently listed on BitGet. It just fucking mooned, man. So the theme of today is cool. The bull market's here. You can't buy anything. That's pretty much the whole stream summed up in one sentence. We've been live for 52 minutes. The stream can be summed up as cool. The bull market's here. You can't responsibly buy anything. All right. Is it Caspa? It's got to be Caspa. It keeps popping up. Yeah. I mean, it's done. It's ready to go into an accumulation. It's just parabolic. It needs to consolidate a little bit. But yeah, big moves. Big moves. Huge moves. 10x. 10x from the last accumulation. The last beautiful accumulation structure that took place at 10x. But look at this too. This is what I'm talking about. When assets break bearish structures, look at this rising wedge. When assets break bearish structures, bullish, they fucking go. This is what Bitcoin's doing right now, okay? This move that you're seeing here on CAS, this is what Bitcoin is about to do. Bitcoin just broke a bearish structure, bullish. So I'm very excited. Can you tell? All right, let's take a look at some other stuff. Do we want to look at stocks? Do we even care? Let's look at the fundamentals of stocks with just taking a look at the SPY. Let's get the macro on stocks. Stocks are ready to fall. They're precariously positioned right now. If it loses this macro support level, I think if it threatens this low again here on the SPY at 420, this is on the ETF. If it threatens that level again, it could very easily take out the low at 409. If it takes out 409, I mean, fuck, there's not much holding it up, and we'll see you back here at around 375 for the NASDAQ, for this S&P. On the NASDAQ, now this is a bullish structure. Both the SPY and the NASDAQ are technically showing bull flags. So take that into consideration. They're just on a precarious level. Okay, so it doesn't mean that I think they're going to go down. It means they're at a precarious level that if they go down, they're going to go down hard. But they are kind of showing this bullish form where you've got this kind of bull flag formation, this widening, broadening wedge. And the NASDAQ just kind of broke it too. So that's good. That's good. If the NASDAQ begins to rally out of here, that's going to bring a lot of positive sentiment back into the market. So yeah, that'll be good. Hopefully stocks don't crumble, which is wild to think with everything going on in the world that stocks have a potential to rally here. But hey, the markets will remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. All right. Let's see what Apple's doing. Let's catch up with chat first. Since you're looking at stocks, take a look at Master. MicroStrategy. Master, it's got to be mooning, right? It's doing well. I think Michael Saylor's laughing, doing his rounds and laughing at people. Yeah, it's doing incredibly well. Incredibly well. Don't we pull back to almost bottom prices before? No. Before the halvening and a bull run? No. They don't come back to the bottoms. They make a macro low. But if we take a look at, let's actually turn this onto log and let's scale it back here. Let's go to the weekly. I think this cycle is very similar to kind of the 2015 cycle. So this one, we had a double bottom, but this was still a higher low than the low that was put in from the drop from 6,000 to 3,500. Here as well, you kind of had that drop, this double capitulation. But, even back here, the 2012 cycle, we had a low, came back onto that annoying shelf that's hard to trade, and then carried on into the halving, right? So this is an extreme example. This is not what I think is happening. I think that this is happening. This structure right here, where we do have a double test, because we did have a double test. It was just slanted. We had two capitulation events. We had one here. This was a capitulation. And then we also had one here. Oops. No. Oh, God. Right here. So there was two, and it made a lower low. So we have two on that one. We have two on this one, and we're coming up into the FOMO. This is probably the move that we're looking at right now, where everybody goes fucking crazy. And then we consolidate, and we consolidate into the halving. Then we hit the halving, we get a rally, and then it's off to the races, and you get this beautiful fucking run here. So if this is where we are right now, let's just do some fun macro stuff. 4,000%. What would that do? What would that do? Just for fun, just for shits and giggles. $1.5 million per coin. $1.5 million per coin. It's going to be wild when Bitcoin is not even measured in coins anymore. I think this cycle is the last cycle that mainstream audiences refer to Bitcoin in coins. I think we're going to, as soon as we're past $100,000, it begins to make sense to start thinking in sats. And once we start thinking in sats, the unit bias of Bitcoin is gone. And the mainstream narratives don't talk about Bitcoins anymore because Bitcoins are unachievable. All you can get is sats. Once we start thinking in sats and the herd starts thinking in sats, that's going to be where we go. $1 million Bitcoin confirmed. Oh, we're going higher than that. Maybe not this cycle, but we're going higher than that. We're going to the point where the dollar doesn't exist, or the dollar has no value. So are you guys familiar with an upwards market crash? That is a possibility. Now let's get a little dark here. An upwards crash. Like, would any of you people consider Venezuela to have a good economy? No, you wouldn't consider that Venezuela has a good economy. Yet, when you look at the Venezuelan peso against Bitcoin, other way. How do I invert it? VEF BTC. VEF BTC. Oh, the bolivars. Full chart. I can't get the one. But basically, it looks like a normal Bitcoin chart, and then right at the end, whoosh, it goes straight up. Nobody's going to tell you that the Venezuelan economy is doing well, but the price goes up. So, and it's because the currency doesn't really have a value anymore. If governments don't be careful with their balancing act of, interest rates and monetary supply and all this shit, if they're not careful and something bad happens, you're going to have a market crash up because all asset values will go up. It doesn't necessarily, you'll be a millionaire, but what does that actually mean if milk costs $500,000, right? Anyways, that's the dark side. That's the dark side of this stream. We're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it happy. All right, check the ETH chart. We did. We looked at ETH BTC. And we said it's probably good to rotate into because we got the weekly green diamond. We looked at it, bro. We looked at it. I try not to look at it. I don't like Ethereum. All right. ETH getting support for a long. What's your opinion? Yeah, it'll do well. We're breaking out past the resistance right now. So we're back above that psychological resistance of $2,000. This is where you want to be. There's really not a lot holding it back from this point. You get a little bit of resistance at 2,500, and then not much resistance at all until you get up to 33, maybe even 35. Nice, even psychological numbers. So 25 and 3,500 for the price of ETH if this rally continues. Now, what I expect to happen is we get a move up to 2,500. If this breakout confirms, if Bitcoin finds itself up in the 40s, we're going to get a breakout in ETH that'll carry us up to 2,500. Then we will get kind of this bullish structure where you get multi-month accumulation where we start knocking on the doors of this resistance. Post-halving, we start to move out of this. We break past this resistance, break the all-time high, and we're off to the races, and Ethereum finds its way up to 10K or something like that. But ultimately, I don't think Ethereum is going to make it past an all-time high in sats. Not a popular opinion, but with DeFi coming to Bitcoin, what the fuck do you need Ethereum for? Why do you need Ethereum if DeFi is coming to Bitcoin? Why do you need Ethereum if NFTs are on Bitcoin already? I think the all-time high of Ethereum was back here, 16 million sats per ETH. Then we got our secondary cycle here at 8 million sats per ETH. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if our next cycle was actually 4 million sats per ETH. Now, Ethereum will still be at over $10,000 at that point, but I think Ethereum's in a downtrend. I have good experience with ETH. Buy and hold and trade. Yeah. I just don't think it's money. That's all. And we're building the internet of value. All right. If there isn't anything else, what do I want to take a look at? Let's take a look at some BRC20s. Those have been doing incredible. Track has been doing fantastic. Look at Track. My God, $1.16 for Track. This is the chain link of Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. This is one to pay attention to. And comparative to like Ordi, it's nowhere near in market cap. If Track catches up to Ordi, it's going to do a 10x. So it'll be at $10 if it catches up to the market cap of Ordi. If it gets anywhere close to the market cap of Chainlink on Chainlink's bull cycle, you're going to be looking at something that's going to 1000x from here. Now, this is not financial advice, and there are many, many factors that would contribute to that never happening. So don't take that as me saying, hey, Track's going to get to fucking $20 billion market cap. No, I'm saying if it did, if the market does find a need for it and it values it the same as it did Chainlink in its cycle, its previous cycle, then you could be seeing some pretty large valuations. For those looking to get their hands on BRC20 tokens, let's see if this marketplace is still down. Unisat is experiencing a DDoS attack. They keep trying to fight it. I don't know if they fixed it. They have not fixed it just yet. So they are experiencing a denial of service attack right now, which means their servers are down. So we can't even go and look at all of these BRC20s. We can't look at all the fun stuff there. But let's take a look at Ordi. Ordi just got listed on Binance. So there's a huge Binance move here. It's about 500% off of the lows in the accumulation. This is one hell of a sign of strength. Where this lands is anybody's guess. You know, we've got some support back here, right at kind of the area of the breakout. So, but that's a hell of a fall, right? From where we are right now, coming back down, that's a 50% haircut, which in a liquid shitcoin like a BRC20 token, that's totally on the table. Absolutely on the table. So do be aware if you're buying into Ordi right now. A lot of people are buying into Ordi for the first time because they didn't have the technical wherewithal to figure out how to buy it on Unisat, didn't know how to buy it on ordinalswallet.com, didn't know how to buy it on Magic Eden, but they knew how to buy it on Binance. So, all right, I think we're going to close things out there. Thank you all for joining into the stream. Don't forget to check out Blackbox, our free Bitcoin trading bot that is currently up several percent. Not crazy amounts, but it also grants you access into the Discord. So go ahead and scan the QR code popping up at the top of the screen, or popping up on the screen right now, and get your account today. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all for joining in. Really exciting times. Happy to be hopping onto these streams where we are, in a bullish posture, looking at altcoin setups, looking at the market develop. We are exiting the bear market. We are getting into phase one of the bull market. Very, very exciting stuff. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Please help out the algorithm. We are going to need as much help as we can to get the good information into as many people's hands as possible. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.